All right, here we go. Salute to Knicks Nation on this Friday evening. Another edition of KFTV Post-Game Live. CB the Fanchise, Alex Trataros in the building. The Knicks visit Indiana for the final game of their long road trip. And this one almost had a pickup game type of feel to it. No Josh Hart, no Karl-Anthony Towns, no Jeremy Sohan for the Knicks. So we had an interesting group, a collective, an eclectic group, if you will, out there for the New York Knicks. But it was led by the captain, Jalen Brunson, who finished with a team high of 29 points. JB picking up where he left off, always seeing red in Indy. But this would be interesting as the Pacers would quickly evaporate a double-digit Knick lead. A 15-point Knick lead would quickly evaporate, and the Pacers found themselves up by 2 in the second half. But there's a game of runs, and the New York Knicks, led by Jalen OG and the big country Mitchell Robinson, would restore order and take this game over. Knicks win 101-92, and they will come home after a long road trip. Finish 3-2 on the trip. Get ready for the Curryless Warriors, and most importantly, fall within one game of the Boston Celtics for that 2 seed. Call us up in the KFTV Discord, #1 show for the fans by the fans. Salute to the replay gang. Salute to our loyal franchise channel members. Happy Friday the 13th. All right, man. Salute. Yeah, interesting game, man. Like I said, this kind of felt like a pickup game out there. Just the way these guys were running, man. It kind of felt like a pickup game, bro.
Death, taxes, Knicks, Pacers always being an interesting one, even down to the wire, man.
Yeah.
Let me tell you, if I had to watch another Aaron Naismith, TJ McConnell shot go through in the final seconds, I would have had grays all over the place, man. I just really can't. This team just frustrates the living daylights out of me, man. Can't take them. Can't stand him.
Can't stand him, man. And neither can Captain Clutch, Jalen Brunson, it seems like, because in this game, he would start off on fire. As soon as he sees Naismith, he's just out the gates. You know, he's like, I got no Towns. Bridges has been struggling. The squad needs me tonight to go out there and cook. And it just seemed like, especially in the first quarter, it seemed like he went to the same spots, the same floater, the same mid-range, and just got into his bag, which was needed. He needed to set the tone offensively for the Knicks tonight. So I thought he was fantastic, man. 29 points for Cap, 11 of 25 from the field. Got to the free throw line, 7 of 8, 9 dimes, 5 rebounds, and a steal. And look, when the Pacers, made their run, and things got kind of tight, but Cap came in and shut the door on them. And just overall, just a good game to really wrap up this road trip when you needed them. And they needed this. You finished 3-2 on the trip. Your guy sets the tone and takes you home.
Yeah, man, look, especially the way after they lost to the Lakers and the Clippers, and then you had the, good Lord, the scare against Utah, because that could have, all hell would have broken loose if they lost that one. But look, this is a good game. Rest Josh, rest Cat. Brunson gets back into rhythm somewhat, 11 for 25 from the field, not 50%, but close enough. But for Brunson, man, you need these type of games, man, where you see the opponent, someone that, invigorates you, gets the blood boiling a little bit, man. So that way you get focused and back on track, because Brunson wasn't necessarily shooting efficiently the last couple of games or for a week or so. But you need these type of games, man. You need something easy to get you back into rhythm. So good stuff by Jalen Brunson, man. And you thought he came out guns a-blazing. I thought OG came out guns a-blazing, man, because that man was aggressive all night long. I mean, the assist to Mitch. He had 2 lobs to Mitch. He found Mitch while driving baseline, and then found Mitch just diving down the lane, man. I thought OG was phenomenal tonight as well, man. 8 of 16 from the field. OG was playing like the dog, man, as you always say.
Yeah, and one thing with OG, especially with no Towns and no Hart out there, and so you needed someone to take it on and be an engine for the team, not just Brunson. And that was OG. Every time he got the ball, he was very aggressive. On a night like tonight, when you're not playing an elite defense, the basket is open, and he took it to the basket consistently. Only 4 threes, so his 16 shot attempts was inside. Got a lot of dunks. Caught a nice alley-oop from courtesy of Jordan Clarkson, and he attacked that free throw line, man. 9 free throw attempts for OG tonight to go along with 8 rebounds, 5 assists. Didn't even have no steals, no blocks. But I thought it was a very strong game from OG tonight. And again, especially when the Pacers were making their charge, ultimately took the lead. I think OG did a good job, man, getting back to that free throw line and trying to cut that down.
And this is a good game for OG just to get, into an offensive groove as well, because he didn't shoot, the best throughout the entire West Coast series, man. So for a guy like OG, when you get a matchup like the Pacers, who, look, outside of Walker, you don't really have a physically imposing player that's going to slow OG down. I thought this was a great opportunity for him to be aggressive, get downhill, work on his game. And the one thing you see about OG, when he is in a good offensive groove, he's just decisive. He knows what he wants to do. Not this whole tween dribble. I have no idea where I want to go. He knew exactly where he wanted to go and what he wanted to do tonight. So for OG, man, this is also a confidence booster because you're going to need him to get geared up for the postseason, right? We've seen McCall struggle this week. We could talk about the 0 against the Lakers. You could talk about the little points he got against the Clippers. Someone else has got to show up on some nights, man, and OG is that guy. And so kudos to him for being that guy to take on the challenge for 34 minutes. Pouring 25 points, get the 8 boards, the 5 assists as you noted. And I thought it was cool that he got 5 assists with only 2 turnovers, man. I thought that should be – I think that's a good indication of how crisp his dribbling was tonight and how decisive he was as a player.
Always looking at the handles and always looking at the way that he's finishing. And against a team like the Pacers on a night like tonight, he was able to do that and be very impactful. So I thought he was key in getting the lead back and holding it down, especially in the fourth quarter. Now, we talked about OG as one of our role players of the game. Let's get to our third role player of the game. And with no Karl-Anthony Towns, Knicks needed him to deliver. And he did, man. I talked about it after the Jazz game. When it was time to get serious, you get Big Country. You call Big Country and call his number. Tonight, 31 minutes for the big dog. 22 rebounds, 9 on the offensive glass to go along with 12 points, 2 blocks and 2 steals. So where that defensive play, who's getting the Timbs tonight. We'll wait for the official picture. But Big Country, Mitchell Robinson against a tough matchup in Ivica Zubac, a guy who can rebound almost as well as Mitchie can, a beast down there on that low block that you got to deal with, a lot to deal with. Mitchell Robinson, man, putting in work. Last game of the road trip. No Karl-Anthony Towns. You can't go to Huck for long minutes. 31 minutes for Mitchie tonight, and he was fantastic. To me, one of the best games he played all year.
Yeah, Mitch, just do me a favor, man. Don't tweet that you like Indiana, okay? You tweet out that you like Utah, which, you know what? I'm not even shocked at that point. You're probably out there, you see in the mountains, and you're like, you know what I can do out here? Drive crazy monster trucks, man.
Exactly.
Crazy monster trucks. But hey, for Mitchie tonight, man, phenomenal. The one thing I take away from this game, CP, is like, if he played 31 minutes, and I'm not asking for it, but if he played 31 minutes, what does the rebounding look like? Because he makes it look way too easy. And yeah, you could talk about, Zubac playing 29 minutes tonight, but he played mostly in the first half, not really the second. But even still, the man was out there dominating, okay? And I'm wondering, if you gave him 31 minutes, are we getting not necessarily 22 boards, but are we getting like 16 on the regular? Because it seems like he could do that, man. Just easy work for this guy. And the way that he has just grown and matured as an offensive, useful player, whether that's just working on the block, getting easy layups, the touch has gotten better around the rim. I mean, we always know he's been a high flyer who can get dunks. It's just, what if, man? It's just a lot of what ifs. Like, if he could stay healthy, right? And you could keep him as like a starting 5. Like, how dominant could he actually be in this league? Like, because he's not going to be able to win Defensive Player of the Year. You know that because he missed too many games. But he has the build, he has the body of work that could do that if he got enough consistent playing time and a consistent enough minutes, man. It's just a big what if for me at this point. But Mitchell Robinson, hell of a performance, man. 22. Career high 22, man.
22.
Put some respect on
22.
his name.
HT in the chat. This had to be a season high for minutes, right? Because, right? Had to be. Check that out on his lock.
Yeah,
had
31.
to be a season high.
It's definitely a season high.
Yeah.
There's no question it's not a season high.
Yeah, and because when I was watching the game, I didn't even look at the stats to see how many minutes he had been tracking so far, but I was like, this has got to be the most he's played, but he looked good. He was moving well, caught a lot of Gotham lobs, one-handed Gotham lobs, was throwing it down.
It's a season high.
Yeah, one-handed Gotham lobs. I love to play in the first quarter. OG with the wraparound, driving a wraparound, finding Mitch. He attacks, two-handed slam down the lane. Another good play I thought was in the third quarter, just sprinting, off of a rebound, sprinting down the court. You had to respect the vertical lob threat. That left Mikal Bridges open for Mikal Bridges to knock down a three. So those type of smart plays, those effort plays, it opens things up. It's those little things on the margins that Mitch does that makes this team better. And I'm looking at him out there, and he had a nice block too. He had a couple nice blocks out there, pinned Aaron Nesmith's attack. But, I'm looking at Mitch out there, and I'm just seeing, like, knock on wood, we're going to get him there to the finish line. The no back-to-backs has helped him. Shout out to Casey Smith. But I'm looking at a guy like, this could be my closing. We could go double bigs. But at this rate, the way that they're using Towns and not using him in this lineup, this could be my closing center, and I'm feeling good about it down the stretch in a game in crunch time. 5 minutes. Hey, we got a sick cat, you know what I mean? Depending on what we need. And we got Big Country in there, and you go a little bit more nimble along the perimeter. It's a good option to have, man. Great option to have.
Great option. I was about to say, not good. It's great, man. Because all I'm thinking right now is, hey, get me to the Eastern Conference Finals. Get me to see Detroit, all right? Jalen Duren, this a little, look, feeling himself a little too much. I need Big Country to go out there and go battle, man. That's what I need. Yeah. I need to put him in its place. That's what I want. That's what I want to see Mitch do, man. On top of that, there's still a section of the Knicks fan base that's like, we should have taken Jalen Duren. Phenomenal year, all right?
Yeah.
Very worthy of being an all-star. Phenomenal year. I like Mitch, man. You want to talk about elite offensive rebounder.
Yeah.
Elite rebounder in general. Shot blocker, all right? Do I need him to be like Hakeem Olajuwon? No one really does that. There's very few centers that can play back to the basket. No one even really faces up anymore from the high post. You know what I mean? So like, is that really necessary in today's game? No, but I like everything that Mitch does for the price point that he's at, man. So
yeah,
I want to see that though. Jalen Duren, Mitchell Robinson. That's gonna be box office, man. That's gonna be a bloodbath.
Yeah. Double bigs. Somebody in the chat, double big situational for sure. But we can go offense, defense. We can go just Mitch. Like, there's a lot we can do there, and he's going to be a huge difference maker for this team come playoff time. Very confident in that. So great job by the Blockness Monster tonight. 22 offensive rebounds. Shout out to Jason Wesley. He just joined the Fanchise channel member. Shout out to Jason. Nicholas Anthony, 8867, $5 super chat. Nicholas, appreciate the support. We're going to get some people loaded up here on the Discord. Happy Friday the 13th. A lot of basketball today. I was watching a lot of basketball, man. Big East tournament. Right now I'm watching World Baseball Classic, USA, Canada. I'm going to flip back to the basketball, see who's playing on the nightcap. So a lot of hoops going on. Knicks get the win, wrap up the road trip. We moving and grooving. Shout out to Harrison, Al. $7 Canadian super chat. Harrison, are you watching the World Baseball Classic, man? Canada versus USA, man. Are you watching the game? Bang! Shout out to Harrison. He says, same point as last game. We look tired. Brown coached okay, but the rotation remains an issue. Pecking order is set, in my opinion. Needs to be more situational. I don't know what's this guy not entertained with Pacome Dadier? Our guy Pacome Dadier was playing first quarter minutes out. Did you see the top of the key splash? Pacome was out there getting splashy, man. What was wrong with the rotation tonight? Rotation was fine tonight. He had 9 guys play, 10. He played 10.
Look, and you don't have Hart, you don't have Cat. I thought, look.
You want Herb Williams to suit up?
Look, man, this is a game where we're playing a team that, is tanking. Like, how hard do you want to go tonight, man? That's how I'm looking at it. And like, honestly, I thought, once again, you're talking about games that it's different for everybody, right? I thought it was a good game just to get Brunson back on track, a good game to see where Mitch stands at 31 minutes, because you're not going to have a lot of physicality. Like the Pacers are not really trying to use Zubac like that right now. They're not going anywhere, man. Like, you just traded for this guy. You're gonna expend him like high 30 minutes in this game to win what, man? What are you doing? And on top of that, same thing with Naismith, Obi return, all these guys. Like you see how they ran their rotations tonight. If you're watching what the Pacers were doing, they're very, very, very key way by Rick Carlisle how to like manage a game, so that way it's like, all right, we're not going to win this thing, we're going to make it competitive. He's been doing that the entire time. But I thought for a game like tonight, if you watch like the rotations, like I said, the heavy first half minutes for someone like Zubac, right? Even Nebhard, like they're not really trying to go out there and win. This is a game where you can pull your foot off the gas a little bit. You got enough to go out there and win. No Siakam either. I mean, if the Knicks didn't win without Siakam tonight, we got some serious problems.
Right.
But I thought this was a fine night to like give a lot of guys a lot of run. I mean, how about even Mo Diawara? This is a good time to get Mo even
got
more
runs,
minutes,
bro.
man.
You got first
like
quarter
that.
minutes for Pacombe. I mean, Harrison, Montreal. Let us know what was the issue with you had Pacombe Dadier playing in the first quarter. I couldn't believe my eyes, Alex. I thought I needed my glasses.
I mean, they tried to give Huck Porty a lot of minutes, but Huck was, whew.
Yeah, Huck. Like I said, it's we've been lucky to have Mitch healthy, and we should be thankful that he's healthy so far because, like I said, the backup five is woefully thin right now, and Huck's just not doing it. Huck's just not doing it. But hey, I've been trying to start this Dadier hive up, man. He looked he played a little bit. I'm trying to give the kid some confidence.
I take a break for a week, and you're starting a Dadier hive
for the future, 2026. But he's got to start now. But now it's April. Now's the time to have those like ridiculous games that make you think like, oh my God, this guy's gonna have some promise. Like now's the time. You know what I'm saying?
I take a couple days off. This man's already starting a Pacombe Dadier hive.
Yeah, I thought the rotations.
You can hang out in that hive by yourself.
I thought the rotations were fine. Clarkson got 20. Mo got 20. Pacombe got in there in the first quarter. Brown was trying to see something there. Alvarado got minutes. They played 10 guys tonight.
Yeah.
They played 10. So I was fine with it.
Yeah, man. And look, even maybe you say, hey, where was Kolek in this thing? Maybe you get McCullough a little bit more. But like this game got a little too dicey where you're like, I can't really go too far into the bench, man.
Yeah. No.
Can't go too far. But, for this game, man, a lot of it was just like, let's get back to like just status quo in the sense of, guys, can we just play like a normal game where not like even for Alvarado, didn't do anything crazy tonight. I didn't think he stood out in his play tonight, but I thought he played a very safe game. He didn't do anything too reckless. And sometimes you need games like this to build back your confidence and to get back into rhythm. So with the way that Mike Brown managed this game, I'm not too upset about it. Not upset at all about it, man. Like Clarkson got back out there, 3 for 9. Not necessarily a great shooting performance for him, but like you want him to get going too because you're going to need him later. So it is what it is, man. I'm not making too much of it.
I wasn't worried about. They weren't going to lose this game. My guy Jay from Florida hits me. He's panicking. We need Clarkson in the game. I'm like, Jay, it's a game of runs. Let's relax a little bit. Teams do come back. This was a pickup game today. A pickup game. Okay? They tightened up when they needed to tighten up, and they took it home, which I expected. Now, for some reason, they decided to leave Jarvis Walker open for 3 all night long, and so things got a little bit interesting. But how did you notice this in that fourth quarter sequence between Brunson and McConnell? How Brunson took him off the dribble, did the turnaround jumper off the right shoulder, and he missed. Then McConnell came back, did the same move. Did you notice that? McConnell came back, did the same move, and that's when he hit that shot. I thought that was kind of funny. That was kind of the game within the game. It was that type of situation, man.
Yeah, I mean, this is, like I said, man, it's the game within the game, but I just can't stand McConnell. Because that man always
can't stand him.
So that's like a patented shot for him at this point. These turnaround, like these, or like pull up quick, like float, like mid-range jumpers. I'm like, nah.
I mean, look those numbers up with him though, because he has to be one of the best, like tough shot shooters right now.
McConnell?
Or am I just like, yeah? There's like every time you watch him, he hit mad shots over OG draped on him.
Yeah, he did.
Mad shots over him.
How about, you know what I didn't like? I didn't like that he drilled that three and then hit OG like he spaked. I was like, what?
And how many times do we get caught lacking, disrespecting him from three? How many times is that going to happen? And he hit it.
Bro, and it's like a windup. It's like he's a pitcher.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like, jeez.
The closest defender stat, he has to be shooting very well in that regard. Is TJ McConnell. But yeah, good player. Shout out to T-Walk. T-Walk 1123 10-ounce super chat says feels like OG solidified the third option role in my opinion. I think it changes from night to night. You know what I mean? What do you think, Al? Like it changes from night to night. Every time we say that about OG when he has these games, then he has other games when it might not be him. Maybe it's McCall again one day. Maybe it's Clarkson. Who knows? If Cardiac gets back in the rotation, maybe it's Clarkson. But I don't know. You know, you would love to see OG lock that down, maybe even the second option. But it all depends who they're playing. Can he be impactful attacking the basket, attacking the rim? And is he going to be knocking down his threes? You know, his defense will be straight. It'll be solid for the most part. At worst, it'll be solid.
Yeah, it just oscillates, man. I mean, it really just oscillates between Cat, OG, McCall, even Josh. Like whoever's going to be, who looks like a third option on any given night. Right. There's no real I mean, what was it? Starting this season, it looked like OG was. McCall had a really good run where it was like, wow, is it really McCall and OG as your 2 and 3? And because Cat didn't really have a good start offensively this season. Last year, McCall was struggling a little bit. We thought it was OG. Then OG comes back and good award. He couldn't hit the broadside of a barnyard. Like, it just oscillates, man. There is no... and this is the whole conversation we have against CP. It's like, how should this team... Should there be a hierarchy or is it anyone? It could be anyone's night, man, depending on who the matchup is. That's what this team is to me. Depending on the night, it could be OG, it could be McCall. Brunson should be the main consistent. Could even be Cat. Could even be Josh, man. You have no idea.
Yeah, you really don't. And Cat was asked about that again by the media and said basically, you know, this is the least that he's had the ball in his hands in his career, and there's been a big adjustment. He's got to get used to it. And we'll see. We'll see if it pays off. Brown is preaching trust. I'm gonna trust him until he proves otherwise. So we'll see. I still want to see the ball in Cat's hands a lot and going to him as our best shooter, one of our best shooters, and our all-star. So we'll see what happens there. Shout out to Backpack Val, $5 super chat says the Pacome pack is back. Daddy A, let's go. Pacome Hive, stand up. 26-27, we up. First round pick. It's going to take him about 3 years just to crack like 10 minutes a night. First round pick. Let's go, Pacome Daddy A. How about Clarkson? You know, people looking for the Kolick minutes. The Utah hero, Jordan Clarkson tonight. 19 minutes, 8 points, 3 of 9 from the field, 2 of 5 from downtown, 2 dimes, 2 rebounds, 2 turnovers. The Clarkson special, 1 steal, 1 block. What'd you think?
Look, man, he's just getting back into rhythm. I'm just happy to see him back out there getting some minutes. You're going to need him, man. You're going to need him to just get buckets. He's the only other guy outside of Jalen Brunson who can create for himself off the dribble. And I know that it's inconsistent, but what he did out in Utah, and I know people are going to put the qualifier saying, well, that is Utah. Like, who else on this team are you going to trust to break down a defense, get into the paint, and continue to find the score? And, like, look, even tonight, right, gets into the middle of the paint. The man, like, contorts his body yet again to get some crazy finish around the rim. There's not many guys who could do that on this team. It's Brunson and it's Clarkson. And so while he has struggled, I'm happy that he's back in the rotation. I just want him to get into a rhythm because you are going to need that in the postseason. Points are going to be tight. Someone's got to be able to get down into the teeth of the defense, and he can do it. On top of that, he's not that bad of a playmaker. Like, for a second unit, if you're telling me, hey, go get some assists, go create for other guys, he could do that. He could do those same wraparound passes, kick out while, flying out of bounds, baseline.
Yeah.
He can do that type of stuff. So continue to give him minutes. Working back into the rotation, like Alvarado has been struggling. You have to go to answers, man. And I think the most difficult aspect of this team with so many players is knowing who to call upon. But the one thing that you definitely need is a scorer and a guy who keep the dribble alive. Because that's the thing that we saw was the issue last season and the year before that. Remember when it was just essentially Brunson had to drop 40? It's like, all right, outside of Brunson, we're all looking around like, okay, who else can bring up the ball and score? And that was the same thing last year. So continue to give him minutes, man. That's all I got to say about Clarkson.
Yeah, Cardiac, he could he's a guy that Mike Brown will have to keep on speed dial in the playoffs, as you said, as they look for some consistency. And you might need a bucket. You might need a guy that can make something out of nothing, especially when things tighten up in the playoffs, all right? It's not going to be Deuce. Like Deuce, if he's not firing from three, he might not get much in between. It's not going to be Alvarado. He's not a scorer. Could be Cardiac, man. Cardiac.
Do you want to see him get consistent minutes? Do you like seeing him back in the rotation?
I don't know about consistent because, like I said, I got to go to Deuce first. Deuce deserves to get his spot back. Deuce has to get his spot back. Shaman, remember, Clarkson lost his spot because you were getting efficiency, solid decision-making, and good defense, gritty defense from Shaman. You're getting good decisions on both ends of the floor, plus the three-point efficiency. That's going to stay. Deuce is going to get that back if he's come back healthy. That's a big wild card. We don't know what type of shape he's going to be in. Like, when is he going to be ready? If they say end of the regular season, then you want to tell me game one is when Deuce comes back? That's kind of tricky. Now, knock on wood, they get the 2 seed, let's say, and then they get like a Toronto. We can ramp Deuce up for that matchup. You know what I mean? You don't necessarily need him at that point. You could bring Deuce in gradually, let him ramp up a little bit, while somebody else like a Clarkson kind of takes that spot. But I think you got to go to Deuce first, and if you get into a jam, yeah, you're going to have to call Cardiac, man. You're going to have to call him.
All right, so let me ask you this question. All right, season ends today.
Yeah.
Okay. The Knicks are the 3 seed. Let's say they don't get the 2. They're the 3 seed. Your first matchup is the Miami Heat. You ramping Deuce back up, or what are you doing?
Yeah. It's tough, man. Miami's a big team. They're a big team. Like, who's Alvarado going to guard in that series? Is he guarding Davion? Davion still healthy? They still got Davion?
Let's see.
They might have to take that Davion matchup.
Let's see what they got on their depth chart. Davion is the starting point guard right now for the Heat.
Okay. Who's the backup right now?
Yeah.
Okay. But I think he's a bigger player, right? How tall is he? Like 6'4"?
Kasparas, let's see how big he is. He is 6'5".
Yeah, see, that's tough. That's tough. Yeah, we got to see what type of shape Deuce is going to be in, man. But he's a wild card. So, yeah, I don't think you can go too far from Cardiac because I don't know what the Alvarado thing is interesting. I just don't know how impactful he'll be for them in the playoffs. We'll see. We'll definitely see. Shout out to Harris in Montreal. Al, $7 Canadian Super Chat says, you're right, but what I mean in general, not just tonight, we look tired and I'm worried about how that looks versus better teams. Not sure our depth protects us as much. This last game of the road trip, man. They're always tired in the last game. They were looking towards New York and getting home and sleeping in their bed tonight, tomorrow morning, whenever they get in. They're tired, man. They are tired. They've been on a long West Coast trip. We went from Denver to L.A. to Utah to Indy. You're eating all kind of food. You're not in your bed. That's how it is, man. Last game of the road trip. You're always tired, man. They'll be all right, man. This is a good stretch. Home stretch. We're in the home stretch now. They'll be all right, man. They'll be all right.
Let's see what the Knicks schedule looks like for the remainder of March right now. See, because they're traveling a lot this month, man.
Yeah.
They're traveling a lot.
Yeah.
So they're going to be home for Sunday against the Warriors, and they get the rematch, final game of the season with the Pacers on Tuesday. Technically, even though they're in Brooklyn, still home. They're not going far. Mm-hmm. So then you got a little nice homestand until the end of March, until the 24th, man, when the Pelicans come in town, because they'll have the Wizards on the 22nd right before them. And then you got a nice little road trip to end the season. You're going down to Charlotte, out to OKC, Houston, Memphis, and then you get back to face Chicago. And then you're really home. You only got one more road game, and that's against Atlanta. And then you're home to close out the season against Boston, Toronto, and Charlotte.
Yep. That's it. And as we said, the part of the big win tonight for the Knicks wasn't just the win over the Pacers, but it was a fact that, Alex, they are one game back. This is what we needed right now. Keep it to one game. If you could beat them through the schedule, fine. Keep it to one game. One game back of the Celtics for that 2 seed. And as we look at how things are matching up, I mean, I think anything's possible in terms of who they could match up with. Could be Orlando. Could be a physical matchup against Orlando. Could be the track meet against the Miami Heat. Or it could be the little brothers of Toronto Raptors who would have to play one extra game before they travel to New York. And I think that's a sweep or a gentleman's sweep at best. 2 or 3. I mean, those are the realistic matchups we're looking at, I think, right now. I don't know about 4 or 5. I mean, I don't know about the 4 seed. I think they'll be good enough to keep Cleveland there. But I think realistically, this is the matchups we're looking at. I think we're looking at either Orlando, Miami, or Toronto first round.
Yeah, I think that's possible. I mean, look, it's a play-in tournament. So, I mean, you really got a lot of options. It could even be, let's see.
Could be Atlanta, right? Could be Philly.
Could be Atlanta. But
yeah,
if Atlanta wins
Maxey,
and they bump up to
no
7.
Oubre, no Maxey for them, for Philly?
Yeah. So, Philly, it's going to be tough for Philly. Philly's going to be, if Philly wins, they're a lock to get to 8 at max. So, if you're thinking the Knicks can get anywhere from 2 to 3, it'll be slotted to be 2 to 3. You're thinking Orlando, Miami, Toronto, maybe Atlanta. Unless Charlotte continues to really climb up the ranks and get to that 8th seed, because they're a game and a half behind Atlanta. They're really on a tear right now. Hornets could be another option, man. You know, that could be another team that gets very sneaky, really works up the ranks, gets to 7. They could be another option too.
Think they can get to 7? You think they can get to 7? 3.5 back at Toronto? Think they can get to 7? I don't know. Not sure.
Toronto's just so finicky, man. I don't know, man. They go up and down. It could go any way, man.
Yeah.
It really can. And I mean, if you're looking at what the Hornets got, let's see. Let's look at their schedule.
Geraldine, salute Geraldine. Who we got here? Who just advanced? Okay, DR advanced. And it looks like it could be Team USA versus... No. I don't know how to read this, man. What is this?
Pulling up Tankathon to get there.
Runner up. Quarterfinal 2. There's... I don't know. Okay. Yeah, so I guess USA versus DR would be the next round. World Baseball Classic. Okay, go ahead. Back to basketball. Go ahead.
So the Hornets have... Where are they at? Hornets have... Why can't I find them? Oh, they have the 6th toughest schedule. So they got to play the Spurs, Pistons, Celtics twice, Knicks twice.
Yeah, they're gonna get smoked, bro. They in the play-in, man. They in the basement, bro. There's no way. They got up there at San Antonio, Miami, Orlando, New York. They got Boston on here, Phoenix, Minnesota, Boston. They finished the year at Minnesota, at Boston, home versus Detroit, then at the Knicks.
Hey, they did a nice little upset against Boston, man.
I get it, but at this stage, because I think at this stage of the game, both Boston and the Knicks will still be playing hard. I don't see it for the Hornets, man.
If they
in terms of climbing up, I don't see it for them.
So if they get to 8, that's still a chance for them to be 7. That's it.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. That's right. So to everybody in the chat, once again, hit the like button, hit the share button, subscribe to the channel. Knicks win tonight over the Indiana Pacers, man. 101-92. CP and Alex on the 1s and 2s. We have big games from the captain, Jalen Brunson, OG Anunoby, and here he is with MSG. Big Country, the block nest monster, Mitchell Robinson. Here we go. 22 rebounds for Mitch.
22 rebounds. How did you dominate the glass so effectively in this game tonight?
I know we had some guys out.
Let me see if I can get the volume up a little bit. Shout out to Mitchie, man. He deserves a lot of love tonight. Here we go.
22 rebounds. How did you dominate the glass so effectively in this game tonight?
I know we had some guys out, so I had to step up. And
Whoa. Got it. Go, keep going. You're good.
You fixed it. Tech wizard.
Basically, so they had to step up.
You played big minutes tonight as well, Mitch. Just how are you feeling? 31 minutes. How are you feeling after that?
That was the first time this year, I believe, so I'm a little worn out. But, I got to keep working on my conditioning so I can actually play these type of minutes.
Looked like you and OG Anunoby had a great connection on the alley-oops. We've seen so much more of that from you lately. What can you say about your developing offensive game?
They starting to trust me a little bit more each and every game, and they see me putting in the work in the gym, so the trust is getting there.
Mitch, we've had a chance to ask Mike Brown this question, but down the stretch, folks are looking at the schedule and maybe not the toughest stretch. What do you guys need to do to continue to make sure that you're prepared when playoff time rolls around in April?
For sure, stay connected, stay conditioned, and ready to go.
Mitchell Robinson, a career night and a big win for the Knicks. Thanks for the time.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
All right, that was our guy, Big Country, Mitchell Robinson, putting in work tonight. Season high, 31 minutes, 12 points, 22 boards. Of course, 9 on the offensive side. Big Country putting in work. 2 steals and 2 blocks. What'd you think, man? What'd you think about Big Country tonight, man?
I love Mitch's game, man. I mean, just very physical, very dominant. I think the thing that people take for granted, I shouldn't say people, I should take like his opponents take for granted, is his quickness, man. The lateral quickness and his second hop. Like if he's not getting the board on the first go around, that second bounce that he has to go up there and go grab it, like that's something that is very underrated about Mitchell Robinson. So his athleticism is just what keeps him, such a difficult cover. That's why you see any opposing team, they have to send bodies, man. They got to send 2, 3, try to box him out, but that's not even enough. And against a small team like the Indiana Pacers, light work for Mitchell Robinson, man. Love this performance. And a little tired, so he's probably going to get the next one off, as he said in the post game. But, hey, man, you like seeing Mitch getting out there and play 31 minutes, gearing up for that postseason.
Yeah, looks good, moving well. I love the 2-man connection with him and OG. OG looked for him a ton of times in this game, and the Knicks were rewarded for it. So great job tonight by Mitchell Robinson, the block nest monster. Did they post a picture of him? He's getting the Timbs tonight. Did they post a picture yet?
They have not posted the picture.
Okay.
They're taking their sweet time to post the picture.
All right, we got 1,130 people in the chat. Do us a favor, hit the like button, hit the share button. Hit the hype button. That's something new for YouTube. Go ahead. Number 1 show for the fans, by the fans. If you guys are new here, we welcome all viewers, especially our Fanchise channel members. But if you guys are new here, just do us a favor, type in #new. And we will shout you guys out. And if you guys are watching and you're not able to type in the chat, that means you haven't subscribed. So just hit the subscribe button. It's free to do so. Let's get to the phones, man. Zach from LA, kick us off. Our left coast Knicks connector. Zach, how you feeling, man?
I'm doing well, fellas. How you doing tonight?
Yeah, Friday night, man. Doing well, man.
Can't complain about a win.
Nah.
Although there are some things I really can complain about. I do disagree with you on the Mike Brown front, though.
Okay.
I think there's 2 players that should have seen some burn tonight, and that's Jemison and Kolek. Kolek number 1 over Jemison. But Huck Porty is, not the look, so why not throw some Jemison minutes out there, see what he can do, especially against the second half team where they didn't play Zubac at all. I thought he was a little too loosey-goosey on the substitutions. I understand seeing how players can burn, how getting some burn for players, but I was not in agreement with his rotations per se.
Mm-hmm.
I will say Mitch.
The thing is, I think when you look at Clarkson and to a lesser extent Huck Porty, I think you're looking at guys who could get real playoff minutes versus Tyler and Jemison. And then also, what we also saw is that when Huck Porty was not effective, Al, Mike Brown's going to go small. We going small ball 5. So you had the Wingstop out there with either OG or Diawara at the 5. Maybe that's Jeremy Sohan when he gets healthy. So I think Mike Brown is showing you, hey, if we can match up that way, we're gonna go small versus going further into the rotation. Al, your thoughts on that, and then Zach can go.
Yeah, I think for tonight, like I said, the way that the game was playing out, like I don't think Mike Brown was going to go too deep into the bench. And I also think he's trying to give guys a fair enough opportunity who work their way back in, like Clarkson, some extended run. On top of that, keeping Mohamed Diawara fresh. So, and on top, in addition, like you got Jose Alvarado, who he's been struggling the last couple of games. So you want to make sure that you give him some time to get into a rhythm as well. It's just tough to give 12 guys a lot of run, especially in a close game like this, because as you know, you mentioned, we've been talking about the Knicks want to make a run for that second seed. And you can't really play with games like this too much, man. So it was going to be 10, and the 10 that he went with is the guys that he trusted for tonight to go get the job done, and who he wanted to get some practice run for.
And I understand where you're coming from, but I thought the Alvarado minutes were honestly not good. He wasn't good in the second quarter. He wasn't good in the fourth quarter. He missed a lot of opportunities to recover on three-point shots. He was not doing well coming up the court dribbling. I think that's an opportunity to give Kolek, who's, in my opinion, a better playmaker than Alvarado. Alvarado's obviously a better defender. There's no question about it. But we're up. By the end of the third quarter, I understand, we're only up 2 points because we hit a 3-point by Clarkson, which was great. But, once Mitch came out of the game in the third quarter, we couldn't contend with them, essentially. And that's why Huck Porty, to me, wasn't the look. And at least Jemison is better on the offensive side of the ball. We haven't really seen an opportunity for him to play. So those are my plights with regards to his rotations tonight. And, if we're going to look at two players, the two players that really won us the game were Mitch and OG. Those two players were just unbelievable tonight. Yeah. And in my opinion, Mitch was both the defensive player of the game and the player of the game. OG was, OG was a beast tonight. I'm not going to just downplay what he did, but those two players really, won us the game, in my opinion.
All right, appreciate the call. Zach out in L.A., rate that call in the chat. 1 being trash, up to 5 being facts. Rate that call in the chat. Call us up on the KFTV Discord. Let us know what you guys thought about that. Did you want to see, Harrison Montreal said the same thing. He wanted to see Kolek tonight. He didn't like Mike Brown's rotations tonight. So let us know what you guys think, man. Equal opportunity, judgment-free zone. You guys be the judge, man. You let us know what you thought. I thought I was okay with it. I was okay with the minutes. And I was okay with the rotations. Yeah, I know. I agree with him in that, Jose has been struggling, hasn't been impressive for quite some time, has been struggling for quite some time. But once you now throw Clarkson into the mix, then as you said, I'm not so sure how much deeper you're going to go, especially into the guard rotation. But hey, maybe Sunday might be a different story. Hey, we saw Pacomdadi again first quarter minute, so Sunday could be different. Maybe another new player. Maybe it's a Kolek that got sprinkled in there to play. Okay.
Yeah, I'm looking here at the amount of games that were played between Kolek and just Jose this season for the Knicks, right? Like, Jose's played 15 games, 16, I think, actually, with this one. It hasn't recorded yet on Basketball Run. So he's played 16 games. For the Knicks this season, Kolek has played 55. He's played in 55 games. So obviously, how much of it has been garbage time? It has to be a little bit more like comb through how much is garbage time,
context,
how much are actually substantial minutes. Yeah, context really matters. But he did play in 55 games. I would say a good portion of them have been. I'd probably say, if I had to take a guess, probably like 30, 35 were probably like good, solid minutes, because let's remember he started, put it on ice, came back, was in a good groove for like a good month. Usually a month is like about 15 games. I'd say he probably got somewhere around 30 solid games. I think Mike Brown knows what he has in Kolek this season. I don't think there's going to be a lot more to change. It's like, okay, some nights he can give you some good offense. That being like a guy who can knock down shots from downtown. Maybe he's get in a good streak where he can finish some layups and get downhill. We know what he is as a facilitator. Defensively, it's like, all right, that's where the limitation is. You just got Alvarado. He's played 15 games. You have a larger sample size of what Kolek is on this team, than Alvarado, and you want to make sure that he at least gets some rhythm with the guys that are here. So I think that if that's got to be what Mike Brown's thinking is, which is, I know what Kolek is. He's probably going to have a good game tonight. If I put him in against the Pacers, this might be his. Maybe not against TJ McConnell, who's a more savvy player and could probably take advantage of a younger player like Kolek in that regard, just because we've seen what Kolek has done to the Knicks in years. Not Kolek, what McConnell's done to the Knicks in years past.
He ain't checking.
Why not let Alvarado go out there and continue to work on everything, man?
Yeah.
You know? I think that's the way that Mike Brown's looking at it.
No, I dig it. I definitely dig it. And USA goes into the bottom of the ninth. Who just struck out? Was that Harper that just struck out? Okay. USA goes into the bottom of the ninth. Two-run lead. Okay. Shout out to Jason, team #new, and just join the Fanchise channel members, man. So, Jason, we appreciate the support and welcome aboard. Call us up on the KFTV Discord. If you call us up on the Discord, Fanchise channel members, you get to cut the line to call into the show. That's part of your membership fee. Shout out to the Nature Boy as well. Welcome to those guys, team #new. The Nature Boy.
Ric Flair's in here? What?
Yeah. Yes, he is. Yes, he is. Shout out to Fabian Aramaris. Send us a $50 Cash App. Shout out to Fabian, man. Fabian, we appreciate it. It just came across, and you guys see the Cash App is right there, $NicksFanTV. So go ahead and support the machine. If you can't send a super chat, you can send us a Cash App, and we'd appreciate it as well. Shout out to everybody who's been donating to the show. All right, now let's get to the key stats of the night. Knicks win 101-92. Let's get to it. Key stats. Let's pull it up here. Okay. Knicks shot 42% from the field, 39% for the Pacers. Knicks 29% from downtown. Neither team was shooting 8 for 28 for the Knicks, 10 of 38 for the Pacers. So they had to get it popping inside. Knicks did shoot 76% from the free throw line. Don't love it, but it is what it is. 80% for the Pacers. Knicks did win the rebounding battle led by Big Country Mitchell Robinson, 53-46, as you'd expect. Assists, 20 assists on 37 made field goals. The Pacers had 21 assists. And then turnovers. Didn't get killed from turnovers tonight. 12 turnovers led to 4 Pacer points. The Pacers did turn it over 11 times, leading to 14 Knicks points. Fast break battle. Knicks lose by 1, 6-7. And points in the paint, though, they did win 46-38. And then largest lead of the night, 15 for the Knicks to 2 for the Pacers. Knicks led 90% of the time.
Yeah, man. I mean, the one that sticks out to me the most is the rebounding. 53-46 is the one that sticks out just because 22 of those damn things came from Mitchell Robinson, man. So shout out to him once again. But being able to control the glass and get the second chance opportunities, that was really the big and points of the paint. All 3 of those stats right there were the big reason why the Knicks were able to win. I mean, I think it was in the fourth quarter where you get Mitchell Robinson on a board. I forget who he gets it to for a 3. I think it might have been OG. I can't really remember. But it's stuff like that that was really the back-breaking points for the Indians. Mikal Bridges, there you go.
Mikal Bridges.
He did something tonight. He did something. All right. So, look, it's plays like that, man, against the Pacers who are very pesky, very quick. I mean, you saw how they closed the game out of a timeout. They blitz Brunson. You think they get a turnover to generate an open 3. They don't knock the 3 down, but stuff like that where you can out-muscle them and be physical, those are the areas where I look at that they won tonight, and that's the rebounding, second chance points, and points in the paint.
Yeah, I'm with you there. And for me, when we look at the three-point shooting, only 29% from 3, they had to mix it up and get points inside, which they got from the points in the paint with 46, and then attacking the basket, getting to the free throw line. They had 25 free throw attempts tonight. So I thought those were, fairly decent against this Pacer team. Good enough. But seeing OG attack the basket, getting to the line, he got his 8 attempts, and everybody else kind of attacking. He had 8 for Brunson, 9 for OG, 5 for Landry Shamet, 3 for Mikal Bridges. So I thought those were all key in terms of getting them those points. And then Mitchell Robinson, 9 offensive rebounds by himself, was absolutely insane. So just a scrappy job to get the job done and get out of there with a win. You scored 101 points. They scored 92. You did what you had to do. You shut it down, wrap up this West Coast trip, and get home and get some rest. So there that is. So that was the key stats of the night, ladies and gentlemen, brought to you by our good friends at Prize Picks. Prize Picks is back in New York, ladies and gentlemen, as well as all 50 states. And right now, if you download the Prize Picks app and use our code KFTV, you'll get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. And playing Prize Picks is real simple. You just pick more or less on 2 to 6 player stat projections. That's it. So if your picks are right, you cash in. And with the Knicks rolling, you know I'm looking at the captain, Jalen Brunson. 29 points tonight, but you can stack a couple of projections in the same lineup with Jalen Brunson. So you can go points, assists, threes. I mean, they have several stats that you can choose from and several projections that you can pick from on a nightly basis. And as I said, all you're going to do is predict, will he do more than that or will he do less than that? 2 to 6 players, that's it. They also have early payouts, quick to deposit, withdrawals are fast and secure, and you can even follow the social feed to see what the community's building. So don't miss out. Once again, download the PrizePicks app today and use code KFTV to get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. PrizePicks, it's good to be right. Okay, let's see who else we got on the phones here. All right, let's get to it. What do we got? Keith Cap. Go ahead and unmute your mic. Keith, USA down 2 to out. Two more outs to wrap this up. Keith, go ahead and unmute your mic.
What's going on, guys? How you doing?
Great, man. Happy Friday, man.
Happy Friday. I thought they played it was a pretty scrappy game. There were a few points where I was like, I knew they were going to win, but it just got a little too close for my liking. It was a game of mini runs, I feel like. But CP, I'm going to have to go back to what you said. When Pacome Daddier came off the bench, I was watching the game with my dad, and I was like, there's no way that this guy's coming in the game right now. I was just shocked. But I guess that's Mike Brown trying to experiment.
Yeah, gave him a shot. He gave him a shot.
I would have liked to see. I liked the logo 3. I thought it was great. I thought he was gonna maybe spark something, but he definitely has improved a little bit. But I would have liked to see Trey Jemison instead of Huck Porty. But I see why Mike Brown doesn't want to do it close to playoff time. He wants to see who his guys are that he can trust. I thought it was a good game. I do want to know your guys' opinions on one thing, because I was wondering this during the game. Do you think with Deuce coming back come playoff time, do you think within playoff time or up until then we'll see any Alvarado DNPs? I am very interested on what you guys have to say about that.
Yeah, it all depends on we've never seen Brown's rotation, especially in the playoffs, right?
Yeah.
It's just hard to say. Even last year with Tibbs, getting Campaign in there early in that Detroit series, it's hard to call. But I think 2 things are guaranteed: Mitch's minutes, Landry's minutes. After that, with Deuce, it all depends on what shape he's in. Is he healthy? How he's playing? How much conditioning is he going to need? He's going to miss a substantial amount of time. And then from there, if he is at his peak, then I think both Jose and Diawara kind of get sprinkled in as needed. What do you think, Al?
Definitely agree with you on Mitch and Shamet. Those guys are locked in there, man. I mean, they both played so well this season. I think Alvarado is closer to a mainstay than he is being on the outside looking in, just because I think the one thing that he does, if Clarkson's not gonna get consistent minutes for offensive purposes in the postseason, I think the one thing that you could say is for playmaking wise, you're gonna need somebody else that gets downhill outside of Brunson and Josh, and that might just be Alvarado coming off the bench, and that might just be 8 minutes, which is still a lot, in terms of playoff minutes, getting 8 crucial minutes, because you got to think it's going to be your guys who will be playing north of 30, close to 40 minutes per game to go grind these things out. I think Alvarado will be utilized in some way or fashion. You don't really make a trade for a guy like that, give him some run, unless he's that awful. I don't think he's been bad, but I don't think he's been so awful where it requires to like DNP him, but I think he'll be closer to like that ninth guy if Deuce is all right to play, man. I think he'll be the ninth.
USA advances, and you're right. This year, all the starters have been logging less minutes to get them to this point in the postseason where we going for it. So, yeah, right? Like like those minutes, it's not gonna be much. It's really not gonna be much, man. Especially these guys are able to stay out of foul trouble. We going for it.
Yeah, man, they're not gonna. These guys, that's the whole point of the whole regular season at this point, right? We go deep in the bench, give them the rest that Bridges was even asking for last season during that Portland game. Well, you got that. You're not load managing during the playoffs, man. This is all hands on deck. We're going. It's mano y mano at this point. Your best versus our best. Breaks are going to be far and few between.
Yeah, for sure. Team USA advances here, and some people say they don't care about this World Baseball Classic. I mean, I'm looking at Team Canada. They look pretty dejected. Team USA, they kind of forgot the rules. They said Mark DeRosa forgot the rules. They didn't even know what the hell they had to do. That's kind of typical for these guys. But the jerseys are fire. I love the passion from DR. I love Puerto Rico. Like, I don't know. I have not watched any of these games yet. I'm waiting for this knockout round, which has started today. I didn't watch the pool play at all. But, I see Ohtani blasting home runs and all that. Like, I think it's cool when you see, it's kind of like it's an all-star game, Look at my man Andy Pettitte. Like, come on, man. How you going to hate on this? You got Pettitte out here with the USA team. You got Cervelli and Posada with Team Italy. So you got like our old guys, you know what I'm saying? And then you got the newer guys. You got Judge swinging at dirt ball curveballs like he usually does, blowing it in a big spot. God. So, this is the regular playoff type baseball for me. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. As you got spring training going on, these guys are getting into mid-season form. Don't worry. But I haven't caught up with baseball. I've been locked in on my Jets, man, seeing what they're going to do.
I hear you. Yeah. I've just been tapping in, kind of sparingly, but I'll watch a little bit more now because they're going to play that DR. That DR game is going to be very intense.
That's going to be intense.
Yeah, that DR game is going to be hard. So I like that. I like the jerseys. The USA jerseys are fire. I like that. Definitely like that. You had one guy. Did you hear the one guy from Seattle saying, "I'd rather win this in a World Series"? Did you hear that?
Yeah, I did hear that. I did hear that. Yeah, man. It's like the FIBA World Cup. It's like the World Cup in general for this, man, for baseball. Yeah. That's what it is.
Bryce, it was interesting. Bryce Harper felt like the Olympics baseball was going to be bigger than this. I don't know. I've never even tapped into the baseball Olympics. How long they had?
Never.
That? Yeah.
Never. I know it exists. Have I tapped in? No.
Nah. DR going hard with it, man. I like how they go. I like how they go hard for it, man. I like that. And their team is stacked. Like how do you not go against DR? How do you go against DR? Oh, somebody said the jerseys are $400. God damn, are you serious?
$400.
What? No way. Are you serious? That's King Bowser? Wow.
Now I got it. Hold on 1 second.
Wow.
That's a good jerseys.
Crazy.
Let's see. 400.
That's crazy. Okay. It's equivalent to Olympics from DR, not US. Yeah, for sure. For sure. OG Chuck, what do you think, Chuck? World Baseball Classic. What's your thoughts in the Classic? Yeah, what's your thing? Go ahead. I'm listening.
Oh no, so authentic World Baseball Classic jerseys are priced $420.
Whoa, yeah. Michael Rubin fanatics and them been getting that smoke lately, man. Did you see that one campaign? The guy went at and he succeeded. He got a meeting with Rubin and them, but there was this one guy, I think he was a Patriots fan, took them to task, and man, people been calling him out. Like the jersey's been trash. Like they really
they're cheaply made, like that they tear and all that stuff. Yeah, I mean, my boy got one. He got a Jets jersey from Fabletics. Fabletics. What am I talking about?
Shout out to Fabletics. They sponsored today's show. Shout out to Fabletics. Yeah.
Shout out to Fabletics. Their quality's good.
Yeah.
Fanatics. Yeah, man.
Yeah, Michael Rubin, man, he can't just, he thinks he can just throw Jay-Z out there like, hey, we're friends and jack up the prices. You got to get back to quality, buddy.
Yeah, man. I mean, it's like even it's like, hold on, like when you buy a NBA jersey, when you bought those Swingman jerseys, you're like, all right, I know this isn't like the real deal, but at least it looks like it's decent enough quality where you're rocking it. You're like, all right, man, this is decent enough quality.
Yeah.
Some of the NFL jerseys, like what my boy got, like he got he got Darnold's when they changed the jersey over. That thing was like plastic. I was like, this is
crazy.
God awful, man. God awful.
You know who don't skimp on quality?
KFTV doesn't.
The good people at KnicksFanTV, man. Here you go, man. The new era KFTV All-Star. There you go, man. Look at that orange and blue. That orange is blinding in the light out. 3D embroidery. Mm-hmm. Got the stickers on. Wife, you don't like when I rock the stickers on.
You can see the stitching in that camera, man. Look at that.
Look at that, man. You get every fiber in there. Yeah, we don't skimp on quality for our people, man. For the fans, by the fans. Michael Rubin. See, this is what I mean. Like, in order to be a billionaire, you got to be cutting corners. You're stiffing the people. Yeah. There we go. It's your rally towel for the playoffs, man. Clean. Shout out to the people, man. And Christopher Blake selling bootleg jerseys 2 for $5. They've been giving Fanatics at work, man. They said Fanatics is jipping the people, man. Michael Rubin, you can't be doing that, man. Rayno Bledsoe, shout out to you, man. $5 Cash App. Shout out to Ray, man. We got your Cash App. Appreciate you, man. All right, let's get to Grabba. Grabba on the Discord. Are you into the World Baseball Classic? Give us your thoughts on Knicks Pacers. Grabba, go ahead.
Yeah, I'm in the spot.
Yes, you're here, man. What's good, man?
Man, I'm chilling, man. I'm into it from a distance. I ain't too, it's like, it's kind of like like you said, it's kind of like an all-star game. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's just like a cool thing to throw on. You're doing some work in the background.
Right. That's why I kind of have it on like that. So you got Venezuela versus Japan tomorrow. Venezuela versus Japan.
Yeah, like I'm not tuning in that. Like, let's be honest, I'm not about to sit there for 3 hours and watch Sohei, hit bombs all day. It's cool, but ain't my thing. But USA versus DR, I might tune into that.
I'm tapped into that. That's Sunday at 8:00. USA versus DR. I'm definitely tapped into that. Definitely.
Yeah. So Soto versus the Cat Judge. Yeah, I might have to tune into that. But on tonight's game, cool game. It's Friday night. I'm sipping my little tequila. I'm just been vibing. The team looked like they was vibing tonight. Mikhail's still just going through the motions. He had a couple shots at the end. Cool, I guess. But overall, just it's a solid team dub. My boy wasn't out there tonight, so I was kind of just watching just to watch. Just regular fan stuff. I wasn't really I knew we was gonna beat them, and I wasn't.
Yeah, I wasn't worried. I wasn't worried about it, man.
Yeah, this stays Super Bowl, so I ain't. They gonna come out. They gonna fight. They try to put on the show for their people. They sat everybody the game before. Now they want to play tonight.
They did, yeah. Only person that didn't play, Siakam didn't play, and was there somebody else out didn't play tonight? Or was he not even that important? Siakam was probably the player with the most importance.
I just saw Siakam was not playing.
Yeah.
Yeah, so once I seen that, I'm like, yeah, we should pack him up. Siakam, I ain't gonna front. He do be giving it to us, pause. Like he be hooping, but other than that, anybody else on that team, I ain't really worried about. But just like I haven't called in a couple of days. I've been on a grind, and then them I ain't gonna lie, them losses in LA. I ain't want to call in and crash out. I tried to. I knew I wasn't gonna be able to keep my composure. So I was chilling. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, I'm gonna give it a little break.
Yeah.
I ain't trying to come in here and wild out, for the number one show for the fans by the fans. But this is overall good team dub, man. Let me ask you something real quick, CP. Are you concerned with Mikal? I ain't gonna lie, bro. He's starting to have me shook, bro. I ain't gonna lie. He's starting to have me shook, bro.
No, not really, man. Not really, man. He's got to get it together for sure. He's got time. Still plenty of season left, and still plenty of postseason left. He's got time, man. The
one thing I say about Mikal, he at least he keeps the vibes up. I'll give him that. He don't seem like he don't be like slouching, just upset about everything. But so I'm hoping playoffs come around, he pick it up. But I ain't really tripping. It's Friday night. I'm feeling a little nice. Got the tequila. You know, I'm chilling, man. You know what I'm saying? Just a good night tonight, man. So hope everybody else out there chilling. I'm gonna holler at you. I just had to call in, you know, see what the vibes is for the night, man.
Friday night, man.
Holler at you,
Friday night, man. Shout out to Grabba on the Discord. Good to hear from you, man. So guy Grabba. Listen, man. The Macau thing is the Macau thing. I'm not gonna stress it too heavy. He's got to shape up. We know he's got to shape up. He's got time to shape up. That's how I look at it, Al. You saw Cap. Cap was in a funk. Broke out of it tonight. That's just what it is, man.
Like I said before, CB, the difficulty is that people are evaluating Mikal Bridges because of the 5 picks that were traded for him. If you did like a light trade, let's say you traded like it was Boyan and like probably 2 first-round picks. Are we really that worried about Mikal? Are we really that concerned like what he's doing on a night-to-night basis? Not really. It's probably like, all right, OG had the night tonight. Mikal didn't. He'll get it another night. But because you traded 5 picks, you traded a lot of draft capital. You're hoping that you see a great return in his production that's consistent enough to match that 5 draft pick capital. And when you have down games like this, especially putting up a donut, man, like you should never put up a donut. Then people start to like hone in like, all right, is he all right, man? We traded 5 draft picks and we just gave him a contract extension that kicks in next year. Are you okay? People are going to be a little worried, man. So I get it. But we saw last season under Tibbs where he struggled under Tibbs. He was in the same situations that we discussed with Grimes. Should the coach get him involved or does he have to be more aggressive to get himself involved, right? Same type of conversation last year. Had big moments against the Celtics. Now, I know we can't live off of what he did last year. He's got to do it this year. But he's got time, as you mentioned. He's got time to get back into the swing of things. Not necessarily too worried about him, but I would just like to see some consistency leading up to the postseason, seeing that he has some sort of rhythm, man. That's all I want to see.
Yeah, just get into the rhythm. This is the type of year for wonky stuff, man. They'll be fine. They'll be fine. We've watched way too many games and to not see this. We'll be all right. Health is the biggest priority to be worried about. Will they get there healthy? Right now, trending in the right direction. They got 14 more games to go until they can do that. Once they do that, they will have a whole week off. Remember that. They're going to have a whole week off to get right, block in the system, get your treatment, and then boom, it's game time. Every other day, well, after the first game, you might get 2 games off. Then you're going every other day. Boom, between game 2 and game 3, you might get an extra day. We'll see. You know, sometimes the schedule gets a little weird. It's time, man. We got time. You got a whole week off to chill, relax, recalibrate, get your jumpers up, get your treatment, get whatever you need. Get to the practice facility. Health. Just get there healthy, man. That's it. Just get there healthy, man.
That's the most important thing.
Yeah. They got the Big 12 tournament. What is up with this court, man? How can you worry about Mikal Bridges' shot? Who's shooting on this court right now? Watching Houston versus Kansas and H-Town killing them right now. Number 2 seed H-Town, number 3 seed Kansas, 51-27. But it's probably the court, man. Court looks crazy.
You watching Houston play
Kansas,
who?
Big 12
Kansas.
tournament. Houston versus Kansas, yeah.
All right.
What's up at AJ's? AJ playing tonight? Now, what channel is BYU on? I haven't watched a BYU game ever. What channel is AJ on? Somebody in the chat, let me know. Shout out to the Rhyme Animal, Chuck D. Out. $20 Cash App. Salute to Chuck. Definitely appreciate it. Shout out to the Rhyme Animal, Chuck D, for the Cash App. Yeah, as we said, listen, the Super Chats are hot. We get to read it on the screen. The custom graphic and everything comes up. But truth be told, YouTube does take a percentage of that. So you send it to the Cash App, goes to us directly, and that's how we're able to power the machine. Yeah, respect, shout out. A great court. Oh, BYU lost yesterday. Okay, so AJ and them are out. Okay, all right, so forget that. We'll move on with St. John's tomorrow. Okay. All right, so AJ's going. Okay, thanks for the update, people. Shout out to Sam Lenka, 2918, says best ability is availability. We riding with Mikal. Yeah, that's what I'm saying, man. Oh, we riding with Mikal, man. Knicks number 5 in defensive rating. Is that right, Alex?
Number
we
5.
Sure? Shout out to Nicholas Anthony. Are we sure about that?
Knicks are number 5 in defensive rating.
Wow.
Look at that.
That's crazy.
Number 3 offense, number 5 defense, net rating, number 5.
Wow. We are number 5. Wow. Nice. And a great job, man. You know, I didn't even think they could crack top 10, so great job.
If you're talking about having the identity, the numbers to back for a championship caliber team, these are the numbers you want to see. Top 10 offense, top 10 defense. Right now, they're top 5 in both.
Yeah. STG asks if I'm watching the Big East tournament. Are there any more Big East games on tonight? Looks it's got to be over with, right? Yeah, everything's pretty much over. The only 3 games you got Oklahoma, Arkansas, skip. Houston, Kansas. Houston's up by a lot, and then Duke is killing Clemson. I'll throw that on for a second. See what
you got. UCLA and MSU if you want to.
Okay, let me see what NBA games are on. You got Minnesota's crushing the Dubs. Utah, Portland, skip. Clippers, Chicago. Maybe I'll throw that on too. Anyway. Call us up on the KFTV Discord. Where's everybody calling in from, man? Type in your cities, your country, your state. Where you guys checking in from? Let us know in the chat. Leave a comment in the chat. We got a good week of content here at KFTV. Make sure you go back in the archives. Rod Strickland came through to KFTV, the Once a Nick, Always a Nick series. Rod Strickland is taking LIU Brooklyn to the dance. And shout out to the great Chris Childs. Chris Childs came through today. Not today, earlier this week. We were supposed to have Copeland on today, but he had an emergency, so we had to reschedule. We will reschedule with Christopher Copeland. Okay.
Another 3-point specialist.
Another 3-point specialist, man.
Him and Novak were just torching the Nets.
Yeah.
Oh, to answer your question about TJ McConnell, on his shooting percentage, based on how close a defender is. So in tight coverage, which is 2 to 4 feet, he shoots 58% from the field. And he has an effective field goal percentage of the same, 58%, when guys are 2 to 4 feet in front of him.
Yeah, it just seems so, man. Like, it's very impressive. It seems so.
That is annoying as hell.
Yeah. Shout out DJ Etsy checking in from London, South River, New Jersey. Ray Nobletza. Shout out to Ray. Respect Chax and the Poconos out. We got Jason Wesley, Middletown, New Jersey. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Shout out to Middletown, New Jersey.
You got Scott Novak in Scranton.
Scranton.
Shout out to you.
Scranton.
Hey, Ricky, you out here with me in the 617. What up?
All right. Shout out to Ricky up in Beantown. Zach repping the west side of L.A. Best weather. Oh, he's flexing the weather. It's probably like a cool 90 right now in Los Angeles. Shout out to Zach. It's 35. We dropped back. We was chilling in the 60s for a second. Now we came back to reality a little bit.
Bro, I walked outside. It was 35 this morning. I was like, what just happened?
Yeah. Yeah, but, you know, at this time of year, like, you don't even get cold no more. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You ever get like that? Where it's like, when it starts to break, really start to break, like maybe like late November, you got to get used to it a little bit. You know, you throw the jacket on, you're like, because you're kind of coming off of that summer into fall, so you're kind of chilling. But then once you get deep into winter, man, even when you get like the polar vortex, yeah, it's you get so used to it, like it's really nothing, man.
I'm not gonna lie, man. If it breaks 50, it is hot to me at this point.
Yeah,
you know, this type of weather. It was 70 the other day. Like I was just outside having my son ride his bike. I was doing some yard work, and I was like, I'm out there in shorts. People are like, why is this man out there in shorts? I'm like, yo, it's 70 degrees.
Yeah,
this is nice weather
for sure.
But what is it? Speaking about cold weather, what was it? I was talking to my friends who I went to Albany with. And I was like, how the hell did we go out in the middle of winter, snowing, and just hoodies? What nonsense is that?
That's crazy. That's crazy. I'm bundled up till at least late April, man. I'm bundled up, man.
Oh, you got the puffer.
Yeah. I don't play around. I don't play around too much like that, no. But yeah. Shout out to Saddleberries checking in from Yamacheche, Quebec. Yamachiche. Sounds very interesting. I wonder how far is that from Montreal, Sudaberry? We got Harrison out in Montreal. You guys can get together, watch a Knick game. Go to Gibby's. Tell them I sent you. Great steakhouse. Gibby's, Al, Old Montreal.
Gibby's in Old Montreal.
Go to Gibby's. Tell them Fanchise sent you. Great place. Great food over there. Yeah, Saddleberry says it's cold up there. Okay. Shout out to Mick checking in from Australia. He says morning's getting chilly. Yeah, well, it's starting to shift. We got to get that, summer's coming here. We got to get that. Starting to shift a little. So it must be entering into fall in Australia then, I guess, right?
Should be. If there was spring, it's got to be fall, right?
Yeah.
Well, that makes sense.
No, well, they were in summer. So it's got to be closer.
That's what I'm saying. If we're going into spring, they got to be going to fall.
Yeah. A little Coriolis effect, if you will. You know what I'm saying?
Look at CP.
Go back to science. Yeah, a little Coriolis.
Pulling out the, earth science knowledge over there.
Yeah. A little Coriolis. Okay, let's get to the Glockster, man. We can close out with the Glockster. CodyGlock. Go ahead and close this out, man.
Yo, I'm in the place.
Yes, sir. How you feeling, sir?
I think good. Right now, I still got the YouTube playing. So let me close this out real quick. You feel me?
Yeah. Protocol.
I
appreciate it.
Yeah. I'm in the place, man. All right, so boom, right? Shout out everything. I don't give a damn. This is what I really want to talk about. Yo, let me tell you something about Mitch Law, guys.
Let's go. So you left him out last night. Wednesday night? You got to catch up, man.
Yeah. I left Mitch Law out, but it's okay because we was all doom and gloom talking about Kale and stuff like that. You feel me? It made me forget about my boy Mitch Law. I can't forget about Mitch Law. Shout out Mitch Law. Mitch Law no slish Law. You see what he did in minutes. We talking about minutes. He got 31 today. He got 22 boards. 22 boards. And Mitch, you see, load management is working. Load management is working, bro. You see, let me tell you something about anger management, right? When we put my son Mitchie on anger management, he's the freshest Nick.
Fresh.
Deuce, when he comes back, he might be the freshest Nick. But right now, Mitch Law the freshest Nick. And we've been seeing Mitch Law getting trusted more, getting more lobs thrown to him. And he been an animal on the boards. 8 offensive rebounds per 36 minutes, bro. And I don't know if y'all know basketball talk. That's basketball talk for Moses Malone, bro. That's what that means. And I want y'all to know, when I be talking about Mitch Law, I be talking about the best offensive rebounder we've seen since the 80s, since Dennis Rodman and them.
Talk about
And when y'all talk, he can't stay healthy. Oh, he's too injured. He can't do this. Oh, he got butterfingers. Yo, bro, this goes to my point about the ungratefulness of y'all sometimes, bro. Like, y'all got gold right in front of y'all face. Kale, he been struggling. He bounced back a little bit tonight. He ain't have the best game in the world.
Yeah.
But he's not a cone, bro. He's not no CP3. There's people that really forgot he been to the finals before, bro. There's people that forget this, bro. And OG, this is the thing I love about OG, bro. OG is a handle away from being Jalen Brown-esque, bro. But he's still trying. He's still improving on his passing. He's still giving you defense every night, no excuse. We check all the boxes, and y'all are mad for what, bro? Like, y'all mad because of losses in the regular season. If y'all gonna be crybabies, bro. Because I seen y'all posted my video yesterday, and I was battling people in the comments. I love the battle. We have to buckle. I love the buckle. Throw me on the battlefield. You feel me?
Let's go.
I'm a backle because one thing, bro. Like, Y'all gotta learn to be grateful for what y'all got, bro, and ride with y'all dogs. And when one thing goes wrong, don't blow it up. That's I don't really have too much to say. Yo, one more thing, right?
Okay.
I see people. I don't like the rotations. I think they should have played Kolick a little more. I think they should have played Jamison a little more. I think this is what I think. Let the Knicks do what the hell they want to do, and you sit back, you pay your money, you watch, and you shut the damn hell up. That's it. Y'all don't play basketball out here. Yeah, you can fan how you fan. I get it. You don't damn play basketball. So when you're talking about a damn professional and this, that, and the third, why don't you go out on the floor and do it? No, you'll get spanked. Shout out Nicky's pipes, man.
Yeah, shout out Nicky, man. Shout out Nicky, man.
Shout out the Jets. Alex, I see you, baby.
Yeah.
Shout out.
Appreciate you.
I don't know why y'all. Yeah, I don't know why y'all haven't been watching. USA, Dominican Republic, Japan, and all them. It's been fun. Y'all wow.
Yeah, I'm gonna tap in. I'm tapping in. Starting tomorrow. I'm tapping in and Sunday.
Right.
Tapping.
Shout out Chris Copeland. You feel me? Yeah. He was there during the dog days.
Sure.
You feel me? And my last shout out. You know who I'm gonna shout out. Shout out Chuck D the God. Oh, wait. Shout out Steely Pink Free Throws. You feel me?
Yeah.
But Chuck D the God Master Ceremonies. Shout out to my boy. I'm out, man. Peace, man. I'm about to go to work.
Let's go. Shout out to the Glockster. Clocking in on the night shift. Clocked in first on KFTV. Throw some fives in the chat. Or rate that call in the chat. I see some tomatoes as well, man. 1 being trash, 5 being facts. Talk to me.
I think they're throwing tomatoes for the crybabies, not for
Okay.
for Cody.
Okay, I don't know. I don't know. All right. Salute to the Glockster, man. Salute to the Glockster. Okay, my guy Jay says, World Baseball Classic, nothing like an all-star game. Best players in baseball are playing for their country. USA Baseball can't touch these teams. Okay, so he thinks it might be a wrap when they play DR. Let's see. Maybe they wake up. You know, maybe my guy Judge actually does something in a big spot for him. So
all right, man.
maybe.
Nah. I'm a big Yankee fan too, but come on now, man.
Bro, the guy, I am too, man. But like, yo, man.
Yeah, so he's not gonna wake up for a World Series or times
he
of the
gotta get
postseason.
busy, man. I'm tired of seeing the guy. He's dominating. Oh, this was great. Oh, he hit for this, that, and the third. He hit for the whatever, the cycle and the triple crown and all of the MVP. And then money time comes and he's swinging at the same dirt balls at his ankles. Yeah, it's time, man. It's time. We got to make moves, man. It's money time now for the Yankees. Like, I'm glad Cole is coming back. I'm very happy to have him back.
Mm-hmm.
Who's after him? Who's the lefty we got? Fried? I don't know, man. I just don't know with the Yankees, man. I'm feeling very underwhelmed.
I mean, at this point, CP, they when it comes to the Yankees, it's nice that they make the playoffs, but we all know what we're waiting for, man. Can they make it back to the World? We haven't been to the World Series since 2009. One, I should say. They haven't won it since 2009. They were in it a few years ago, but it's like, come on now.
And can we spend some money? What happened, man? The boss is spitting in his grave. The kid, what's up with the kid? Spend some money, man. You got the Dodgers, Magic, and them. They put an all-star team together. They haven't run out of money yet. I already locked in a game, though. You know what game I'm going to? I booked my birthday gift. I already told wifey I booked my birthday gift.
Was it Subway Series?
CC retirement. I'm in there. Yeah, we'll be at the Subway Series. You know we got to do that and get the bragging right. CC retirement, September 26th. I got to be in the building for that.
Oh, hell yeah, man.
I gotta get that. I gotta see that. I'm not hearing the haters. He shouldn't. Nah. We're putting that number up. That 52 is getting retired.
Mm-hmm. Man, it was incredible.
I'm in there. I'm in there for when that 52 goes up.
You got a CC jersey?
I don't have any baseball jerseys.
Really?
No, I was never really into them. I was never really into the fit.
Wow.
Football, basketball. Yeah, I was never really into the baseball jerseys like that. I don't have any. Just hats, just hats, T-shirts, and whatnot. R.I.P. to the boss.
Got my Brett Gardner.
You got a Gardner jersey?
Brett Gardner was my guy, man.
Wow.
That was my guy.
Wow, you got a Gardner jersey? Wow.
Hell yeah, man. Stealing bases. I loved it.
I went to the game when Jeter, which record did he break?
Gardy for Yardy, baby. Let's go.
I went to the game. Which one of Lou Gehrig's records did Jeter break? I was at that game. It was a long time. This is old stadium. It was a new stadium. Let me look that up real quick. Which game was I at for Jeter when he broke Lou Gehrig? Some Lou Gehrig record. I think it was Lou Gehrig. Breaks Lou Gehrig record. 2009.
Year of the World Series.
The hits, 2009. So that was new stadium. I was there for that one when Jeter broke that record.
Oh, Blaze 03, Paul Neal. Hell yeah, man. Yeah. Paul Neal. I had his jersey. I had that man's jersey. Paul Neal's jersey.
Yeah. 3K. 3K was at the new state. No, not 3K. Not 3,000 hits. Not 3,000 hits. No, I was at the other one. I wasn't at 3,000 hits. No, I wasn't 3,000. I wasn't. No. It wasn't 3,000. At least I wasn't there for 3,000. I was there for. Yeah, I was there for when he broke Lou Gehrig's record for. I'm going to say Derek Jeter broke Lou Gehrig's 72-year-old franchise record for hits, collecting his 2000 set. That one, 27-22. 27-22. I wasn't for 3,000 now. I was at 27-22. I was there for that.
So September 11th? Wow, 2009. Wow.
Yeah, I was there.
Hell of a game to be at.
I was there for that one. 27-22. No, not 3,000. I wasn't there for 3,000. I remember 3,000, but I wasn't there for that one.
Well, 3,000 was a homer.
Yes. Yeah. I wasn't there for 3,000. I wasn't there for 3,000. No, I was there for 27-22. Yeah. Story time. Anyway, man. Great show. Great win by the. Oh, we got our guy STG. Now we got to close. We got to hear from STG before we wrap up. Go ahead, STG. How you feeling, man?
What's up, guys? I'm feeling. I think that was a good win. As you know, just right now, I think the goal is just to remain within a game to two of Boston. So when we get to that game at the end of April, the winner pretty much is going to take that 2 seed. Because again, we're probably going to see them in the second round. So it's going to be nice to get that home court advantage. Because I don't think we'll fall to 4, and I think Detroit's too far ahead of both of us and the Celtics. So it's going to be 2 and 3. So right now, it's just trying to get 2. And with this easy stretch coming up, no Steph Curry on Sunday at the Garden, so that one should be winnable. Let's get a little revenge on Draymond and them. But I was shocked to hear, though, 5th in defensive rating, and it's like a different type of defense I feel like we're playing. It's not like a really super tough, hard-nosed physical defense. It's more just like really solid communication, guys playing on a string type of defense. So it's a little different there. But it's crazy to think that I still think when it comes down to playoff time, like that is still probably going to be one of the bigger weaknesses because it's just a different game. They're going to pick you apart. It's a 7-game series. Teams are going to make adjustments. So when you have both Brunson and Towns out there, I still think that's like a slight concern. That's why down the stretch, depending on matchups, I definitely would like to close with Mitch.
Mitchie.
Yeah.
It's a great option to have. And I don't think Brown is going to blink twice at doing it. Got to get the stops and the rebounds. Smarter decision maker. Now, how do they battle? Because one thing they're going to have to guard against is the hacker Mitch. How do they handle that? That's going to be interesting in terms of when they put him out there.
Yeah, no, that definitely is. And one thing is like if the earlier you do put Mitch out there, the harder that is to do. Because you don't want, like, the other team doesn't want to get in the bonus with like 10 minutes left to go. Like,
and that's what happened with Boston. That's what happened with Boston.
Yeah. Because what is it? Under 2 minutes, you can't do it because then it becomes away from the play foul, right? I believe that's the rule.
Yeah, something of that nature. I got to double check, but yeah.
Yeah, no, it's going to be interesting. I just think like you got to get him in the game a little bit earlier in the fourth and then go from there just because, yeah, they're going to run hack and Mitch, and that kind of disrupts the flow a little bit. And again, if we see Celtics, they're going to do that. Missoula's always going to do that. So definitely looking forward to it for sure.
Yes, sir. We'll chop it up, man. STG, good stuff, man.
Of course.
So our guy STG Nick on the check-in. Okay. All right, man. Great show. Finished watching this Duke game. Shout out to Mr. Eno Bino, $5 super chat. Says, I was 9 years old, went to the World Series with my father in 1961. Maris and Mantle went to the first Knick game. Maris and Mantle, and went to the first Knick game in 1959. Wow. Shout out to Mr. Eno Bino, man. He saw Maris and Mantle play. That is insane. Insane. In the World Series.
That's crazy.
What a memory.
Yeah, man. I got, what was it? Because my dad was a big Yankee. My dad was, how the Knicks are to me is what the Yankees were to my father. So he had a lot of Yankees memorabilia. Mickey Mantle was one of his favorites. So I have from him, gave to me he gave me Mickey Mantle's signature on a photo. Yeah.
That's dope. That's dope, man. Yeah, no, I only remember those guys from when they used to show up at Old Timers Day. That's when you used to get all the all the old highlights and all the memories when they used to pull up to Old Timers Day.
Mm-hmm.
Phil Rizzuto, Channel 11. That might be a little before your time. That might be a little before your time when the scooter was calling the games. I remember that. I remember that when Phil Rizzuto was calling the games.
Oh, man. That is before my time.
Yeah. Anyway, man. Good show, man. Let me make sure I didn't miss any super chats. Salute. Yeah, we got money, man. All right, so we see you Sunday. Knicks versus Warriors. Late start, Al. 8 o'clock. 8 o'clock start for this one. Holy cow, Phil Rizzuto. That was his signature line. That's what it was, man. Did you know that, Alex?
I did not know that.
There you go. We'll end on that note. Great show. Enjoy your weekend, ladies and gentlemen. Be safe. Keep it positive. We out of here, man. Peace.